November. It's cooling off. The market is also cooling off. I think when we look back over time, we're going to realize that the peak of this crazy market happened in the fall of 2020. And since then, fall maybe into the early part of 2021, but it's been dropping off since then. And I think it will drop off into next year into, what's a more normal market. But let's get into the numbers for this week. We had 36 properties come on the market this week. Last week we had 29. And by comparison, this week last year we had 75, half of the inventory. The year-to-date numbers, 2,957 properties have come on the market so far in 2021, compared to 2,981 at this time last year, through this date last year. The sales, we had 41 sales this week. Last week we had 43, very consistent. But this week last year we had 71. The year-to-date numbers through this date, this year we've had 2,807 closed sales in 2021, and through this date last year, 2,590. So we've had more sales, but every week that percentage difference is growing smaller and smaller. And you're going to see why as we look at these, the under contracts. We had a very nice 61 properties go under contract this week. Last week we had 47. This week last year, 76. Every single week, it's less sales than that, or less pendings than last year. And then you'll see these year-to-date numbers now. There were more pending contracts last year than there were this year. Not to give it away, but 2,898 so far this year. And through this date last year, 2,928. That flipped about 2 weeks ago, and that trend will continue. Before we go any further, I'm going to ask you that if you enjoy these videos, that you give it a thumbs up, you hit the notification bell, and you subscribe to our channel on YouTube. That way you'll be notified the next video when the next video hits. Thanks for that. The average selling price, $722,322 is the average selling price through this date in 2021. And through this time last year, the average selling price was $605,243. 19% increase year over year. If you look 2 months ago, that increase was 26%. So again, all things are stabilizing. 26% is an unsustainable number. I would argue that 19 is probably an unsustainable number. 10, 12%, I think that would be a nice rate of appreciation that we would feel comfortable sustaining. Wrap it up with cumulative days on the market. 67 days is the average amount of time it takes for a property to go under contract once it comes on the market. And at this point last year, that number was 153. 56% difference. That's it. We'll see you next Monday.